Hello, fellow nerds, and welcome to our nerdiest thing. Today, we have a very special guest joining us, Britney S. Lewis. Britney is a #1 New York Times Indie and USA Today bestselling author of Blood Moon. She is also the award-winning author of The Dark Place and The Undead Truth of Us. She grew up in Kansas City, Kansas, where I had my wedding. What am I saying? Mindy, where did I go? My honeymoon. Yeah, I had my honeymoon. Yeah, we can talk more about that in a minute. But Britney fell in love with storytelling and the idea that magic moved and breathed in our world. After getting her Bachelor of Arts and Science degree, she worked in the field of marketing and communications for a few years before accepting a position as an editor for greeting cards. How cool is that? Where her job is to make sure she gets the best words on paper. When Britney isn't daydreaming about new stories, she is an urban hiker exploring the city on foot looking for iced coffee. She can also be found watching TV shows with her pup or practicing West Coast swing in one of her local dance studios. Welcome to the podcast, Brittany.
Yay, thanks so much for having me. Oh my goodness.
Okay, do you still write for edit for greeting cards?
Yes, that's my full-time job.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. Like
So
I mean
cool.
I knew that was a job, but I don't think I've ever met anyone that did that.
It feels like a movie type of job, right?
It
Like writing
does.
for greeting cards. Yeah.
Right. Like I know you write romantasy, but I feel like you have like a rom-com in the making. It's just like she's a greeting card writer that can no longer edit a good love story, and he's the washed up guy that's trying to find a new job. Will they make it? Who knows?
Oh my goodness. Just watch. Universe will probably do something silly like that. It always does. It always does.
It really does. So I'm super interested in West Coast swing and your relationship with dance. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with West Coast Swing. I love it. I was introduced to West Coast Swing in 2015. And I have probably danced and or practiced twice a week since then. I just
Wow.
like West Coast swing is something where I'm not someone that loves to exercise like at all. Like I will walk, I have a dog, so like she gets me moving.
Mhm.
But dance, the moment I like started doing it and sharing it with other people, it just triggered something inside of me and I can't not do it. So
I love that. Is there a
in
difference
love with it.
between West Coast swing and East Coast swing?
There's a difference between West Coast swing and East Coast. So West Coast is going to be your more contemporary, smooth and slotted dance. It
Mhm.
happens on a what we call a slot. So you're dancing up and down this invisible line, and you can dance it to like all of the top 100 songs. It's great for blues, hip hop, contemporary, acoustic, whatever. East Coast swing is going to be really bouncy. It's going to be similar to what you've probably seen in any movies from like the 50s, 60s,
Ah,
30s,
okay.
40s. Yeah, I think that like East Coast swing is the one that everyone imagines in their head when they think of swing dancing.
Right. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense for sure. So is that your main form of exercise then is dance?
Yeah.
How fun is that? I mean,
I
I
want
love
to
it.
get back into that. My husband and I actually did a swing dance for our wedding dance. And so we used to do it all the time and we don't anymore. And I
was
need to
it
get back
East
into
Coast swing, Mindy?
it. Yeah, it was more East Coast.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was just kind of what we learned first.
of
But
course.
we did some lifts and everything. We were into it for a while.
Mhm.
It makes me really, really want to go back and do it.
I really would like to see you guys redo this again just for close friends.
We'll
I'm
see.
picturing like time of my life over here where he like lifts you above his head.
It
Funny.
wasn't that high.
I
And you
highly
said,
recommend do it. Do it.
yeah, do it. And we'll record it for the podcast, Mindy. It'll be a
Okay,
Patreon
sounds
exclusive.
good. Sounds good.
Okay, so Brittany, your background's in marketing, which if anyone follows you on Instagram or Threads, they would know this because your marketing's awesome. But your marketing advice is be annoying. So tell us a little bit about this advice and how it can apply to authors because obviously it's worked for you.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's funny that I said that because I think people ask me often in my DMs, like, what are you doing or how are you doing this? And I realized pretty quickly, especially when I started marketing my first two books, so The Undead Truth of Us and The Dark Place. I was really active on TikTok at the time, and there's only so many people that can see the things that you post.
Mhm.
And majority of the things that you post are not going to your immediate friends, people that follow you. And so I realized the more annoying that you are, the faster you are able to like find your core audience because the algorithm doesn't understand that like you want people that follow you to see your stuff. They're just pushing out whatever they think is relevant at the time.
Right.
And because we can't predict relevance, yeah, that word. Um, you just have to like continue to like just make it up yourself. So if you can't be on a trend, I think you should just become a trend. And that is what I tried to do with my books. I still find myself pretty baffled and amazed that Blood Moon received so much reception that it did because I wasn't expecting it at all, despite any of my background. But I definitely do give it all to my me being annoying. And as we're preparing for Bloodlust to come out, I've already told my friends, like, just ignore me. If you know me in real life, just ignore me. I'm sorry. So
So, what do you think the most annoying thing you've done online has been? And when you say annoying, do you mean posting a lot or do you mean your content's annoying or both?
both. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Definitely it's posting a lot. And it's also being just really repetitive, like if you have seen anything about Blood Moon, you've probably seen me mention Bonnie Bennett a million different times. And it truly is because one, like, I was so inspired by Bonnie Bennett, and that's a whole nother pipe hole that we can go down later.
I mean, we can talk about
Um,
her for like 4 hours if you want to. She's amazing.
we started that, and then but also like there is a core audience behind Bonnie Bennett and the Vampire Diaries. And so when you're trying to find people that might be interested in what it is that you're doing, you have to find a way for them to see your content. And the easiest way to do that was to mention Bonnie Bennett. Now, if this was real life, I wouldn't mention Bonnie Bennett as much because while she is my inspiration, like the story isn't about her.
Right. Right.
But it's easy to market it that way and it's easy to like grasp people's attention that way. And so that is one example. The other one is really just like doing it all the time, posting multiple times a day, which can be super annoying and really repetitive, especially if it's the same idea that's
Mhm.
happening over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like a full-time job. It is trying to keep, I mean, keeping our book account alive is a full-time job, it feels like sometimes. And there's three of us. So I don't know if you have a team behind you or not, but oh, you don't. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing all
Yeah.
this on your own.
Here's my team behind me. No one, if you're listening, there's no
Bonnie
one behind
Bennett,
me.
Bonnie Bennett's ghost is sitting behind her at the bar.
Oh, RIP. RIP.
I know. Sorry, too soon. Too soon. Speaking of Bonnie Bennett, your books all have this like horror paranormal aspect that we love: zombies, alternate planes of existence, werewolves, and vampires. So, where does your love of the genre stem from? Like, where did it start?
Oh my goodness. It started way back when. I think, when I was a kid, my very first book that I got from a Scholastic book fair that I bought with like my money, the money my dad gave me. And it's called My Monster Mama Loves Me So. It's a picture book.
Hmm.
And I still own it. It's in my house somewhere. And I like remembered it backwards and forwards. It like helped me learn to read and it's about monsters and this mom who loves their kids so much and all the pictures take place in like a creepy castle or like out at midnight and there's bats and there's ghouls and it's just my favorite book of all time and that is I think kind of like the essence of my being. I've always been obsessed with horror and thriller and fantasy around the same time in elementary school when I was in fifth grade, I was obsessed with two different things. That was Freddy Krueger is a Nightmare on Elm Street. I watched it every night before I went to bed. I
Oh my
don't know
gosh.
why. I don't know. Trauma. And then the second thing it was Thriller by Michael Jackson. That
Yeah.
music video was my all-time favorite. It still is. And I have watched it and or relived that iconic video over and over again.
Okay, so what would we have? You're going to be on our panel at Imaginarium. So what do we have to do to get like a thriller dance going?
Stop. I have to relearn it. I was just watching it earlier. I was like, I should relearn this whole scene.
It is so cool. It really is so cool. And like nobody had done anything like that before. That's what made it so monumental. And I mean, there still really isn't very many like full dances like that really cross generations. You know what I mean? Like an
Yeah.
actual choreographed dance like that. It's just really, really awesome. I think we would have hung out if we had lived closer together when we were younger.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I was all Anne Rice, all Thriller, all horror. Now I will say, were you watching the original Nightmare on Elm Street? Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
second one, when she falls asleep and he like sucks her down the drain, for
Yeah.
years as a kid, because I like, what the fuck was I doing watching that as a little kid? But I like would wash my hair facing the drain because I was so scared.
What?
But then I continued to watch the movies, right? Like I like it didn't matter. I still continued to watch them. But yeah, I was terrified,
Oh,
actually terrified.
oh my
Um,
goodness.
so let's talk a little bit about your characters. So your books feature Black main characters, and you've been vocal about how readers clearly want to see this in the fantasy space, and we agree, obviously. How can we as readers continue to best support authors who write Black and BIPOC main characters? Like, how can we do better with this? Because we're not doing good enough.
So valid. I think the best way that readers can support authors who write about Black characters and have other diversity in their books is to share those books, tell people about those books. I mean, word of mouth is still the number one form of marketing till this day. And I truly believe that I have goosebumps now saying this. I truly believe that, like, again, like part of my success with Blood Moon, it's not just me being annoying on the internet, but people getting excited about my annoyance and
Right.
talking about it with other people. And that is the best way to be able to support an author, is to obviously buy the book, but then like also share it with someone else, tell
Right.
someone about it.
Well, I mean, if you think about the top three fandoms that came out last year, you've got Sinners, right? Which was such an
Yes.
amazing movie. You've
So good.
got K-pop Demon Hunters, right? And then you've got
Mhm.
Heated Rivalry. Every single one of those are about marginalized communities, and every single
Mhm.
one really shows that we need and want to see more of this on the screen. We're tired of seeing the same thing over and over and over again. And so, I mean, I will just shout it from the rooftops. It just is creating a completely different culture of things that I didn't even know I was interested in. Like I had no idea I was into K dramas until I like watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm like watching it and laughing my ass off, and I'm like, okay, where did this come from? I need to learn more about Korean culture, right? And so,
Mhm.
yeah, I love that so much. So your
Mhm.
next release is Bloodlust, and that's the sequel to Blood Moon. What can you tell us about the release? I mean, without getting too spoilerly, because we need to buy and read this book, obviously, when it comes out.
Absolutely. Bloodlust has been my my problem child book.
Your
Um,
Everest.
yes, it's always the second books, I swear. This is my first time ever writing a series, and so I always knew that I wanted Blood Moon or the Blood Chronicles to be a set of three. I just
Mhm.
didn't know what to expect going into it, and I have had so many trials and tribulations writing Bloodlust. First off, it follows our main character, Mirabella Owens, as she ventures into this new version of reality, and self discovery, and the idea of monstrosity and how that impacts herself and the people around her. Mirabella is also, someone that's making a lot of bad decisions in this book, and I love it. I'm here for it. I support it all the way. And I also, she also finds herself, in some crazy romantic situations in this book, which I think readers are going to love and enjoy. But Bloodlust also introduces us to some new parts of this world and some new
Mhm.
villains. And I think it's going to end off on a bang. So I'm excited.
I'm very interested because you used very specific words when you said that. So now I'm very, very interested. So that comes out in January, right?
As of right now, January.
Okay.
But I will say, I mean, it's very possible it could be pushed to February. which I don't think anyone likes to hear that. But just to be honest, my life has been an absolute train wreck the last 8 months. And so we're doing the best that we can.
Right.
We're doing the best we
We
can.
always say, I would rather an author delay a release so that we can get what you love putting out, right? Like, and I
Mm,
mean, Mindy and I are creative, and like, you're never done when you have a piece in artwork, right? Like, you could keep going and keep editing, but we want it to be the best that you think it can be for the release, right? So, girl, push
yeah.
that book back. We don't care at
Yeah.
all. Yeah, you do what you
Thanks.
need to do because there's too much pressure on authors to do these like super fast releases. I don't understand this
Yeah.
concept of, you got to release every 7 to 8 months or you're going to become irrelevant. Like, I don't really agree with that. Because obviously Mindy and I are huge nerds and we read all the time. Like, you're talking about exercising and walking your dog, and I'm thinking, man, I'm a reader. I don't exercise at all. But like, this pressure to get these releases out, it's too much sometimes. So take your time.
Yeah.
We want it
Yeah.
to be awesome for you too. So okay, so with Blood Moon, we're going to see you at Imaginarium this summer. Are you going to be
Mhm.
having any kind of like special editions for that? Because I currently only own it on Kindle.
I don't know if this is like a listening
Ooh.
only thing, but I'm holding a special edition of Blood Moon, and it is science fiction special
Yeah,
edition.
I love them.
Oh, I love them so much. It's beautiful. I just got this like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and as you can see, the foil is gorgeous.
It
Gorgeous.
And they
really,
are
really
going to
beautiful.
have this at Imaginarium. They're bringing
Oh my
a
gosh.
Oh
bunch
my God.
of these. I actually don't know how many they're bringing, but they're bringing enough where I was like, oh, that's going to be really exciting.
Our
Um,
booth is across from her, so I'll just like walk over
yeah,
there on Thursday and say, "Give me that
Yeah.
book. Give me."
the naked cover.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my gosh,
That
that
is
is so
gorgeous.
pretty.
I know
So
they did such
pretty.
a great job.
Yeah,
I
will you have
have
your Go ahead, I'm sorry.
no. I'm just excited. I have like, I first off, Blood Moon probably has, in my humble opinion, too many special editions, but I love all of them. They all of them are like just so beautiful. However, this one that's going to be available like is just the actual foil work on it,
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it's gorgeous. Will you have
Yeah.
copies of your other books with you as well?
I think so. Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's the
great.
plan to have all the other ones. We requested for them to hopefully get some of the Undead of Us and the Dark Place in stock, so crossing my fingers.
Awesome. So this will be your first time at Imaginarium. So what are you most looking forward to? This is our favorite con of the year. Like, we love it
Yes.
so much. So we want to know what you're looking forward to.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to everything. Like I can't wait to see readers. I can't wait to just like be in that environment surrounded
Mhm.
by all of us who share a common interest, which is the love of reading and stories. And I'm looking forward to panels. I love being on panels. I which is strange for me because I'm super introverted and like by the end of every evening I will be completely wiped out. Like
Oh,
just
same for us.
crash hard. But I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to meeting other authors. Like, I'm a fan of so many people. So I am preparing myself. Like, I'm gonna see so and so for the first time. Like, play it cool. Just be cool. Just be cool.
I went to a Polycon actually with one of our favorite Imaginarium authors, Lara Buckheit. And she's like, come meet us at the bar. And Annalise Brana was sitting there, and so was Amelie Howard. And I love them both. And I'm like, do not fangirl over these women. They're just trying to have a drink right here with Lara. Like, you got to be cool. You got to be cool. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, because we've had them both on the podcast. I'm like, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I was like, let's get a picture together. And then I was like, okay, they don't want to talk about their books right now. Don't ask them any more questions. We'll see them tomorrow. Yeah, but like, it is just really cool to see these people and like just I mean almost see them as real people too and see like how awesome they are.
Mm.
I know that when you're signing it can get to be a lot, but I mean everyone at Imaginarium, it's such a vibe. It like everybody's just awesome there. So watch
It's
now.
unlike any other book con or
It
any
is.
other con in general that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
The camaraderie and just how everybody's helpful and helping each other and the excitement and just it's a vibe. It's a whole atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Mindy so she can do our nerdy and dirty speed round, which is one of our favorite parts of
Yes.
getting to speak with authors.
I love this segment because I feel like we get to know so many different aspects of the authors, and it is called a speed round, but it never ends up being very speedy. So um, we try to keep it to rein it in, but we're talkers, so there's that. So just a few little like rapid fire questions, but don't feel like you have to just rapid answer, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So the first one is, which of your female main characters do you relate to the most?
Ooh, it's gonna be an easy Mira for me right now. Um, just honestly, we are going through a lot of the similar things in different universes, especially in Bloodlust, and so I am asking a lot of the same questions that she's asking, and a lot of it is like, what does it feel like to be a villain? Like I am a villain in someone's story, and am I okay with that? What do I do with that? I don't know. So I would definitely say that as of right now, I'm relating to her a lot.
Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, wow.
Hmm.
There's some backstory there, I think. If you could choose to be a zombie, a werewolf, or a vampire, which would you choose and why?
Hard question. I think my I want to say vampire because I don't think that life is long enough. I think it's really short.
Mhm.
And while a lot of werewolves can live forever, I just am not really into shape shifting as much. I need some type of normalcy if I'm going to live for a long time. Not that that's not normal for some people. Some people prefer to be covered in hair, like my dog. She loves it. But also and I don't want to be a zombie because that's already another host of issues. But so yeah, we're gonna go with
I feel like I
vampire.
look like a zombie when I wake up in the morning anyways, so
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't need
I
to be that
yeah,
all day long.
I
yeah.
was talking to another author the other day, and sometimes we ask like, "What's your zombie apocalypse plan?" And they turned it around on me, and I said, literally, I think like right away, I would just let them eat me. Like it's too stressful to try to survive in that. It does not sound fun to me.
I would probably be like, oh, I used to be obsessed with The Walking Dead, and now I'm forgetting the main character's name, but I would probably be like him. That would probably be my MO. Like I would try to survive, but it would be really hard survival.
Right.
And I would probably wish every day that I didn't have to survive as hard.
Well, just like that show, like that show
Yeah.
is so much more about like the human condition and the really fucked
Hmm.
up things we do under duress, right? And
Hmm.
so I'm like, I don't want to see that side of myself. And I don't want to have to make those kinds of choices. So you know what? Just eat me.
Beat me.
Eat me.
I would agree though, for me too. I would also want to be a vampire just because I think there's just like a sensuality about vampires. There's just
Mhm.
something very, I don't know, just very elegant about a vampire.
Yeah,
So,
you and I are not
Yeah.
elegant either, so maybe that would help.
but yeah, no kidding.
Stop. I will
I'm
say,
probably more werewolf like than anything. I shed.
honestly, to your point though of vampires and like their sensuality, I think that that's something I'm trying to be more in tune to. I think women get shunned for just breathing.
Mhm,
Like you're not
mhm.
modest enough, you're not sexy enough, whatever. And I've grown up in a culture that has been very like conservative, and I just don't relate to that
Right.
anymore. And I want to do and be all these things. And I feel like being a vampire gives me the grass to explore all these versions of myself that I want to do and that I want to be. And so, like, yeah, if I want to go and I don't know, murder a man, I could do that if I wanted to.
Yeah, because you're a vampire. You can't help it.
'Cause I'm a vampire, but also I could be really seductive and
Right.
alluring.
Well, I was just thinking as you were saying that as women, and we talk about this on the podcast all the time. We are sex and body positive on this podcast. We like sex. We talk about sex. And if you were a
Right.
vampire, it would be okay. I would still probably like sex the same amount as I do right now, but it would be okay because I'm this otherworldly, as Mindy put it, elegant creature. And I'm like, I don't think honestly I could be more horny than I currently am. So, but it would just be okay.
It
It
would
would be
just be more
okay.
acceptable.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
that's true.
I love Brittany. I know that you love threads and I love threads too. Cause like these just dumbass men on there. And I'm always like, surprise, women like sex. And if you don't know that, I think you're the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that many of them don't understand. It's like
Right.
if you're in this journey for yourself,
Right.
you will end up lonely.
Yeah.
Like,
If you
come
don't
on,
know who
stop being
likes
so
sex,
selfish.
you're doing it wrong. Right.
Yeah.
Like
You're doing it wrong. And also, it's like I would just do it myself if I have to be stuck in a situation like that. God,
sometimes doing it yourself. I mean, I don't have to cuddle. I don't have to sweet talk anybody. I can roll over and turn on the TV if I want to.
yeah, and you know how to get there, and that's the best part.
And I don't pull any muscles either.
Oh gosh, yes.
All right,
Muscle pulling.
switching gears completely here. Who is your celebrity crush?
Okay, this was a hard question for me because I'm like, who am I crushing on? No one. You guys, I'm going through a divorce, so I'm like, and then I remember that Pedro Pascal exists.
Right.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna go with him. He seems to be everything I would like to have right now in my
It's a
life.
safe space.
Yeah.
He
I mean
is.
this
He's safe and positive, and yeah.
yeah. I mean honestly though too. Like it's very parasocial. I have no idea what this man is about. I just am seeing him on the internet, but I like what I see, so this is good.
Right. People being upset that he has a boyfriend. I'm like, did you guys think he wouldn't have a boyfriend? That doesn't, and also that doesn't change whether or not he would have been into you. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I want to tell some people. I'm like, you still would have never met him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
the
still
end,
don't have a chance.
but you know what? Like, honestly, if anything ever comes out negative about him, I think the whole world's gonna crumble because women everywhere, like he's the exception to the bear. He really is. He's who I would like
Yeah.
walk down a dark alley with and not be scared.
He's the gold standard.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. We are all standing on his spine right now. Like he needs to hold it together.
Yeah,
He
he
does.
Seriously.
better.
Keep it
He
together,
better.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Women can't take another problem right now, Pedro. Don't fuck this up.
Please.
All right, zigging and zagging again. Would you rather travel to the moon or go to the deepest part of the ocean?
Oh God, not the ocean. I'm terrified. It's so scary. It's scarier than space. Like no one knows what's down there. Like how far does it go?
Oh,
It's
there's
dark.
definitely like mutated fish and
Oh,
all kinds of stuff.
100%. So scary. My deepest fear is being dropped in the middle of the ocean, like
Ooh.
with nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That is
That
scary.
gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So not the ocean. So I guess
No.
I'll be going up to the
So,
space,
head to
which
the moon.
also don't like, but I'll be going up to space.
But at least you know, like people have done it and survived in the recent history. So, you know,
That's true. People have not gone to the bottom of the ocean and survived.
Nope.
not that I know of. Not the
There,
all the way to
I
the
don't even
bottom.
know if like technology is that advanced for that far
No,
down.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I don't think we even really know how far it goes down. All right. What is your favorite holiday?
It's easily Halloween. I do love it. I love Halloween. I'm a scary gal. But I it's a caveat to that because I really don't like winter. And Halloween means we're a step closer to the cold and the dark. And while I do love scary things, I don't like seasonal depression. So, 2 for 1.
Do you
Seasonal
live
is
on the East Coast or the West Coast, Brittany, or Midwest?
I live in the Midwest.
Okay, yeah. So you get the weather all over the place like we do then.
Crazy.
yeah, crazy,
Crazy.
crazy. What's the last movie you watched? And was it a scary movie?
It wasn't. I actually was with a friend and we fell asleep watching Scooby-Doo.
Which one?
Yeah.
Like Matthew Lillard Scooby Doo?
I think so. Live
Like,
action.
Okay,
They
yeah.
go to the island.
Yep.
The island. Yes, that one. That's the
I
last
mean,
movie I've seen.
Matthew Lillard was born to play a stoner.
I
So
mean,
good.
technically, that's a movie with monsters.
You're right.
So
It does have monsters. There's
yeah,
ghosts.
it's a
It's still
scary
fantasy.
adjacent. Scary
Yeah.
adjacent. Yeah. So, what book series do you always recommend? If somebody came to you and said, I need to know what book I have to read right now, what would you say?
I would always say the Legend Born cycle. Read all of it. I
Mhm.
mean, Bree is an incredible character. Tracy Dion is a more than incredible writer, author, person, human, friend. She has been so monumental in my growth as an author, and her stories have impacted the lives of so many people. And so I'm always going to shout great things about Legend Born.
She's really amazing. Bree and
Yeah.
Tracy.
I know. I love them both.
All right. If you had a time machine, would you rather travel back in time or go forward to the future?
This is hard because part of me is like, if I could go back in time, what would I do? I don't think that I could actually really change anything because I would be afraid that I would lose a version of myself that I am now.
I was going to say, do you believe in the butterfly effect?
I do. And I don't, it's not that I think that this version of me is the best version of me. Bad. But I just am so afraid of like losing the essence of what makes me me if I go back too far. Now, if I go into the future, how does that also impact the current version of me if I know what's going to happen?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Will I move and be differently? I don't know, maybe. Would I have a little less anxiety? Probably. I would probably live really carefree, like
I
more
would be
so.
so worried about going into the future and seeing Americans continue to make really dumb decisions. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to know if they do that or not because I'm so disheartened right now with people's decision making
I know.
skills.
I'd be nervous that like going into the future, I'm like, nothing got better. Like I'd be nervous that it
Ooh,
would all be the same. And that would
yeah.
make me even more irritated than our
Right. Yeah. But more of my perimenopausal rage would come out, I think. And
absolutely.
Brittany, I
Oh,
want to say whatever version you are right now all collects to your best version of yourself. So don't forget that.
True.
no, that's so
You're
sweet.
working on your best
Thank
self
you.
always.
We're working so hard, paying a lot for therapy right now.
Yeah. Love some therapy over here.
Yep. Yep. So the final speed round question, and then we'll go into some other like wrap up questions. But what paranormal power would you want to have?
It would be traveling, not time travel, but like being able to snap and be somewhere.
Like
Because,
teleportation, kind of.
yes, that. Yes, teleporting. Because I hate traveling. I don't like it. Takes up too much time. I especially hate being in the car. I'm okay with being on a plane, but like even that's just not fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I would
like the
just,
destination and not the journey. Whoops, sorry, my
yes.
lights flashing at me. um, all
It's
right.
all Dean,
So,
Dean and Sam over there.
yeah, no kidding.
You watch Supernatural, Brittany?
Oh, honey.
Okay,
I'm
so
obsessed with Supernatural. I love it. I
Mindy.
live in Kansas.
Oh
I'm like
yeah,
40
that's
minutes from
true. Yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm writing an adult book right now, which is basically Supernatural, but from the women's perspective.
Ooh,
Nice.
So
Like
sick.
Jody's perspective, kind of, or
Kind of,
yeah.
kind of, but like younger,
I
sexier,
love it. Oh my gosh.
monsters,
I can't wait for that. Yeah,
that's
Mindy and
awesome.
Whitney and I have been to 6 Supernatural cons. Those were our first cons we ever went to, and they
Yeah.
are so much fun. Like worth every single penny.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
Well, we'll definitely have to talk supernatural when we meet up at
Mhm. Diane
Imaginary.
is a huge Supernatural fan too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. So where can readers and listeners connect with you? I know you say you put a lot out on, well, you did on TikTok. Do you still are you still pretty active on TikTok?
I'm not as much anymore on TikTok. Actually, to be fair, I haven't been on any social medias as much recently because I've been on hiatus. And so, if I am going to be on something, most likely it's going to be either Threads, which you see me on a lot because it's easy to create content there, or Instagram. But TikTok is also still pretty relevant. So, all three of those Threads, Instagram, TikTok, I'm still existing in some space in those areas. But And as we get closer to Bloodlust, I will try to be more active and engaging. But those are the spots you can find me.
And just for our listeners, what's your handle on those social
Oh,
media
yeah.
channels?
It's going to be at Britney S. Lewis.
Perfect.
Awesome. So where can we find and purchase your projects besides those of us that are lucky enough to go to Imaginarium?
Yes, you can get all of my books from my website, but you can also buy all of them from your favorite local indie bookstore. More specifically, I would say probably Blood Moon. I would double check if they have The Undead Truth of Us or The Dark Place in stock. You can also get it from Barnes and Noble, Amazon, Target, wherever you decide that you like to buy books from.
Do
Awesome.
you sign the books that you send from your website?
I don't personally send them out, so they can't be signed. I just have direct links to them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Besides Imaginarium, do you have any other upcoming events or conventions that you're or signings that you're going to be attending that you
I
can
am
tell us
going to
about?
be, yeah. I will be at ALA. So I think that might be happening soon after Imaginarium. And that is it for now. I do travel a lot to dance competitively for West Coast Swing. And so I always tell people if you happen to be in the same weird niches that I'm in and you bring a book, I will sign it for you. I've done it maybe once or twice, but I will absolutely sign a book for you if you bring it to an event.
I would love to see one of your competitions.
Yeah, you are so freaking cool. I
That
love
is
it.
so cool.
You guys,
So
blushing.
wrapping up what how we normally wrap up the podcast is we talk about what our nerdiest thing of the week was, and it could be book related or not book related, but it's always nerdy because that's just who we are. So we would love to ask you what your nerdiest thing of the week or month or recent history has been.
Oh my goodness. What is it? I was talking to someone the other day and I was saying something and I was like, I feel so like a nerd. Like, why do I know all this information about this one thing that I can't think of in this moment? Um, I guess in some ways, like whenever I think about like talking about my special editions, because I work in the card industry, I know a lot about like foils and depth and paper and stock and like what makes them good quality. And so I feel really nerdy when I talk about, especially about this one because it has the foil on it. I'm like, you guys don't understand like how cool this is to have printed multiple versions of foil, I say, as I flash the foil over and over again because it's so fun. So I feel really nerdy about that. Anything card related, I feel nerdy about. Anything like related to personality test things. At some point in my life, I was obsessed with them. So like the Enneagram, for example, would be something that I was obsessed with for a long
I was going to
time.
ask you if you were going to if you did you're into Enneagram. I am too.
What's your number, Brittany?
What do you think it is?
I'm not into it enough. I know what mine is. Mindy's a lot more into it than I am. I'm gonna say she's I don't know.
I mean, I'm a 4. And you seem similar to me. I would say a 4 or a I want to say what's the one that's like the peacemaker, the 9
Is that
maybe?
7? No, because I'm a 9 and a 3, so it's
Oh,
not Peacemaker.
The nine is a peacemaker, and the seven is the enthusiast. So, like the adventurer, I believe, the one that wants to go out and do things. I am a four wing three. People do ask me, or people do often type me as a nine peacemaker.
I
Nine
think
or
they
six.
do with me
Yeah.
too as a 4, and I think I am a little bit to some extent. That's probably like maybe my second highest,
hmm
but that's so funny. Yeah, I'm definitely a 4. I'm a 4 wing 3 also.
Ooh, I kind of want to
Crazy.
take it again. I want to see, like, so much of my life has changed recently, and I'm a really angry woman. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see if that's changed much on the Enneagram. It probably hasn't, to be honest with you. But I love that kind of stuff. I
I do
love
too.
it.
It's so
I gotta
interesting.
say, I'm really excited to see how your female rage comes out in this next book. Is that horrible to say? Like, because it's so
No,
cathartic to write it down, right?
it's so cathartic. It's so great. I'm like, and yeah.
And then
this.
she just fucking shanked him. And like, you know what I mean? Like I love that. And I
Yeah.
hope it's been therapeutic for you. It seems like it would be. But yeah,
Oh,
I kind of can't wait to see that come out in your characters because it creates some badass FMCs, which I always love.
it does. I'm in copy edits right now for Bloodlust. Copy edits which are weeks late, forgive me. But I'm reading it and I'm like, oh my God, yeah. Like I don't remember what headspace I was in when I wrote this part, but this is so good. Like I resonate with it right now. And as I go through to make more edits, I'm like, you gotta make it crazier. You just gotta
Yeah.
like you gotta make it a little crazier. And then for my adult book that I'm working on, which is still an idea, like we haven't sold it or anything, that one is just a fucking nightmare because it's just like, man, this girl's so angry. Um, but it's great. It's been fun.
Yeah, I think it's so much more fun when you're being creative to do something on the darker side and just like kind of get that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We need more of it.
Mhm.
I understand that that can sometimes be a trend in the space, the fantasy space of having like the badass female main character. And I think that women in general are all badass and great in all their forms. And so I support them in all their elements in
Right.
storytelling.
Yep. Yep. As long as they're happy and fulfilled and not
Mhm.
being oppressed in any way, then I'm excited for a woman to be whoever she wants to be. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
On that note, I think that's a great way to wrap everything up. Thank you so much for your time, Brittany. It's been
Yes.
a blast learning that you're a swing dancer. You play guitar. These characters are going to be doing some fucked up stuff in these books. I can't wait to read it
Yes.
and to see your special edition. So, listeners, if you were listening, you need to go on Spotify and watch the video for a few minutes so you can see this. And then, Brittany, we will see you at Imaginarium soon.
I can't
Yay.
wait. Also,
Yay.
if that rundown doesn't sound exactly like a four, I don't know what does. Like I'm just thinking, like, God, I'm such a four. That's so annoying.
I know I take those tests and I'm like, you don't know me. And then I take it and I'm like, oh, good
I
Lord.
know.
Like,
I know.
Yeah.
well, I guess I do fit into a little box. I'm like, I'm cooler than that, damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again. And we will see you soon.
Great. Thanks,
Bye.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.